it's personal. It's a story. It's really a story of a nigga that's fed up. Like, it's like with the way life is going, right? Mm. So it's like you make a decision to get on it, like hustle, whatever you got to do. Like you make a decision to get on your grind. And as that happens, this is the story of the album. As that happens and you on your grind, you're seeing the best of the best, the worst of the worst. Like you going through the whole gamut of emotions of making that decision that this is what you're going to do to get the way you need to be. Now you might be balling out of control. You might have beef. You might have women drama. You might have all that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's the story. And as it winds down, it's like, as you get to the end of the album, you realize that maybe this shit ain't the best way, and there's other ways to go about accomplishing what I'm trying to accomplish.
Fuck your life. You watching Hip Hop Gems TV, you heard?
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Back again yet with another gem. And y'all already know the intro, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Back again with yet another very, 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 very special guest. Got my guy, 100GrandRoyce in the building.
What's good, my guy?
How you, family?
I'm good. I can't complain.
I mean, shit, man. If we fresh off his personal.
It's personal out now.
Fresh off his personal.
Available everywhere.
Incredible album, by the way.
Thank you,
Before we get into that, man, I want everybody to, let's let everybody know who is 100GrandRoyce and how did you get here, brother?
100GrandRoyce, a.k.a. the whole fucking city, a.k.a. the big hundo. I got here by rapping my way in, being outside, like, you know, being part of the mix. Like, I always been around. You feel me? I've been around some of your favorite artists. I spar with some of your favorite artists. You feel me? The respect and the bars and the music got me to where I am now. And it's consistent hard work, talent, and showing love the way it need to be shown at. Got me here.
Dope shit, brother. Who was some of your early influences? I know coming up uptown, coming to Harlem, obviously. Who was some of your early influences that kind of like tapped you and that got you going? Like, you know what? I want to step in and do this rap shit for real.
Well, I came up under the prime era. Like, so if you say the prime era, that's 94 to 98. So like what you want me to say? Like Woo, Biggie, Kiss, Cam, you feel me? Mace. Like Nas, like Hove, like that's the cloth I'm cut from. Like that's the shit I studied, and you know that's my comfort music now. Like you feel me? So that's what I come from. So
I'm never one to get into, cause I'm not huge on Twitter. Forgive me, but when I do scroll and when I do see certain things like that, man, I'm always seeing like the debates about the era and which era kind of like stood out the most. But like you just said, for me, that era, 94 to 98, it was just a different time for me.
It was a different time, man. It was the pins, like, you feel me? The pins had to be sharp, like,
honestly, man.
You couldn't be whack, like, you feel me? And even you couldn't be whack to get on. If you was whack, niggas wasn't even listening. You wasn't part of the conversation. Like, you feel me?
That's a fact.
Because it wasn't no social media. Like, you had to rap your way into the conversation.
Absolutely.
You feel me? It wasn't no YouTube and shit like that. Like, nah. It was Video Music Box or whatever. You feel me? 106 Park or whatever. But other than that, if you ain't nice, niggas ain't talking about you. So that's what I come from. Like, you know,
I feel like that era was just like nothing. I don't think we're gonna ever see another era like that.
Nah, I feel like
we got something going right now with this Invisible Renaissance. Salute to Sunez. But it's one-on-one.
I was talking with one of my artist guys, and we was having a moment, and we looking around at the surroundings, and I'm like, this is us right now. Like, you feel me? This is that era right now. Like, you feel me? The public might not be privy to it as they should be, but this is the era. Like, you could point out a bunch of different artists and compare it the same exact way. Now, 10, 15 years from now, we don't know how that's going to turn out. But right now, music-wise or artist-wise, we in that right now. I feel like I strongly believe that.
And I would have to strongly agree with you. Just from everything that's... every guest that has appeared here, every space that shit, either, you were in or I was in, or just, there's a lot of different spitters coming out, brother. And I feel like, this thing that's going on, this Invisible Renaissance that's going on it definitely, the light definitely needs to be shined more on who's killing shit, because a lot of y'all in that space, rather, are rapping 10 times better than what the fuck we hearing on this radio.
Or maybe not, because if you know, you know. Like, if you know, you tapped in. Like, You don't gotta explain it. You don't gotta come back out like, yo, they may be some spitters out there. No, if you part of it, like if you actually dig and find what's out there, you know what's up.
Absolutely.
You know what's up.
Absolutely. I think it's just why I kind of stay away from them conversations.
Yeah, like, you feel me? I know what's up. Like,
yeah, right.
First and foremost, I'm a fan. Like, you feel me? I've always been a fan. Always been on radio, listening to the mixtape. I always been a fan. Like, so I listen. Like, you feel me? I might just check a random link on my shit. Like, you feel me? Nigga, send me something. I might just listen. Like, I might not even tell you I listened, but I listen because I'm a fan. Let me see what's out here.
Absolutely.
So I know when I say it's out here, I know. Like, you feel me?
Dope shit, brother. I definitely have to ask, man. I know before there's like a bunch of shit we gotta definitely dive into. Definitely one of the things I want to ask, man. As far as your discography goes, I know linking up with 183rd,
my God,
in the past, and shit, even like linking up with Syer on a new project. It's always seemed like most of your projects is like, yo, I'm linking up with, like, I'm just gonna do this one producer thing. Yeah. How do you go about that? Is it like, yo, you know, I kind of just want to work with one producer, or is it just like, yo?
So when I say I'm a fan, I, like, as a fan, and I listen to stuff, like, I listen to whole projects, right? So even before I was linking with one producer and I would put a project together, I would want my sounds to be cohesive, right? And that's not always attainable. You can't always gather up 5, 6, 7 producers and get a cohesive album, right? So just listening and coming from experience, I know who I work best with, and I know whose music I sound best on. So when I wanted to present myself to the public, I knew who to hit. Like, 183rd been working with me since the beginning of me trying to do music. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, it's time. Like, y'all. Like, I'm ready to kick my foot through the door. And he like, yo, let's get it. Like, and you know, we got to the studio, and you know, from the first project, the first couple of beats, like, it's like, oh, this what we doing? You feel me? We did like 5 projects in like 8 months. Like, we was going stupid. Like, this just recently, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and as far as Syer go, like, I link with Syer differently. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was looking for a specific sound, you know, in the midst of the pandemic. I'm just looking for beats. I found Syer. I didn't even speak to him. I bought one of his beats, like, before I even hit him. That's a gem for y'all niggas. Like, yo, I bought one of his beats. I did the song, right? And then I hit him. Like, yo, I copped this. I did the song. Let me know if you fucking with it. Sent him the song. Like, you feel me? And from there, like, that was my first impression. Like, whatever you are after that is whatever you are. The type of person he is, you feel me? Oh, it was gung ho after that. Like, it's go. He hit the studio, started making beats after that, and you feel me? He just knew. Like, in the midst of that, I was working with 183rd. Like, we had a lane that we was flooding him in, right? Yeah. And Syer knew, like, yo, once this slow down, it's time for us, and we gonna lock in. Like, so that was an automatic thing. Like, feel me? I really try to keep it to the producers I sound best on and work best with. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to my guy Syer, man. Definitely one of the real rights in this shit. Like,
definitely.
Major salute, man.
Yeah, he just broke his way through the door this year. Shout out to Syer.
Shout out to Syer. That nigga's working. He's working.
And he's a producer. Syer is a producer that'll get in the studio and maybe tweak a line. Maybe say a hook or go like this, or I was thinking this for this beat. While you working on the music, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you'll hear it, like, as an artist, I can hear the difference when I do a song alone versus when I do a song with Syer. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could tell when you get produced versus when you just rapping. Like, and Syer is a producer, like, you know what I'm saying?
He was saying that, you know, when you and Inv got together, and y'all, you know, when y'all did the project that had dropped before, and he was saying, like, how just cohesively y'all was, you know, how things just kind of came together. I'm
gonna keep it a band with you, like, you feel me? I jumped in the back seat of that car, like, you feel me? Syer said this way. Me and F came to do a song. Beat was stupid fire. The beat was so fire, it's like, I don't need nothing. Like, just let me get the beat, Project Hallway music.
Yes.
Let me get the beat, and I'm good to go. Like, that beat is fire. You feel me? Excuse me. After we did the song, we was like, yo, let's do a project. You know, I'm with it. Like, I'm with whatever. Like, you feel me? I fuck with you. We got a studio. That's all we need. Like, I got weed. Oh, we lit. You feel me? So he directed the project. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wrote verses, If wrote verses, but I really wanted to let Syer take the direction because this is something he visioned, and as you lay out the pieces, I'm a place the puzzle pieces where they need to be placed. But show me your vision, and that shit. And you hear how that turned out. Like, it's called classic material.
Classic material.
You gotta have some type of confidence in a project to name it classic material. Like you feel me? Like,
and pause. But I definitely wish that shit was longer, because I definitely had told him like, yo, it was such a smooth sounding album. Like the way how you and Infat went.
I like
total that's damn near sparring back to like.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah, I couldn't. Like, we wasn't gonna let each other slip. Like,
nah.
And it wasn't something that. Like, we was in the studio, like, pressure. Like, yo, you got something? You got something?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't got nothing? All right, bet. Let's boom. Knock that out. Like, that shit was... It was like two pros in the studio. Like, it's like KD and Braun in the gym shooting jumpers. Like, you feel me? It's like, that's what they do. You feel me? As far as Syer go, like, he was coming with the beats and the ideas. I ain't really hear no whack beats from him, so it's like, this shit gonna be easy. Like,
salute, man.
And what I was saying about the size of the project, my fault, pause, is like, I like short projects because by the time you get to the end and it start back over, you gotta listen again. You gotta listen again.
Yet another gym.
You gotta listen again. Like, it's gonna be over too soon. And I know you didn't digest them 5 or 6 songs in enough time. So when it's over, run it back. If I give you, aside from it's personal, because I was waiting for that. If I give you 6 songs, I know you're not digesting that in one listen. Run it back a couple times. Get an album's worth of listens from it, and then move on to the next one. Like, you feel me? That's why that's why all my products are short and concise. Like, I'm not gonna run your ears down too long.
Right.
You know, your attention span is important to me too. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yet another goddamn gem. Shout out to fucking Hundo. Understanding the listener's ear, understanding the consumer's ear, bro.
Indeed.
You know,
Indeed.
And I feel like some people don't understand that, you know, and it's like you get flooded with like 19 tracks or whatever. And it's not to say that, you know, those 19 tracks are terrible or album, you know, but definitely like understanding like people's attention span.
Ear fatigue, bro. Like I said, I'm a fan. Like, I always listen to music. My nigga, don't give me 26 songs. I might love you. You might be my favorite artist. But I'm not gonna get what you was trying to give me in a project. You give me 30 songs, bro. I'm not. I'm gonna come back. Then I'm gonna start picking the songs that I listen to already that I like. I'm never gonna get your project the way you intended to present it to me.
Right.
Because it's too long, my nigga.
Right.
Like, I wanna get on Instagram. Like, I wanna get on Twitter. Like, I wanna go do other shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna give you a time. Like, my projects, if you smoke or you drink, by the time you finish your blunt and you start rolling up another one, project done. By the time you finish your drink and you're a little buzzed, you're a little tipsy, project done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I like to give it. Like, enjoy my shit. Go handle your business, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's so fucking dope, man. We gotta talk about It's Personal. Fully produced by Syer.
Syer, what up, my guy?
Out now.
Out now.
On all streaming patties.
Everywhere.
On streaming patties.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about the title, bro. How did you come up with that?
It's personal, you know, just at that time I was doing a lot of thinking, you know, I just had a lot of time to think, right? So, you know, as I'm doing music, it start feeling like personal. Like, I just start drawing from shit, drawing from experiences, drawing from a week in my life or another month in my life where I went through some shit. Like, just drawing from all those experiences with the beats I was listening to. Because, like, as I go into a project, I like to listen to the beats. Let me listen to the beats and see what the beat is telling me, where it's telling me to go. So as I'm listening, I'm going into, you know, certain aspects of my life, like stuff is going on now or maybe in the past, and shit I want to draw about, stuff that I want to say, how you want to present it, like how you feeling at the moment. And then you get to hitting pen and paper, like, you know what I'm saying? So It's Personal is a story. It's really a story of a nigga that's fed up, like, it's like with the way life is going, right? So it's like you make a decision to get on it, like hustle, whatever you got to do. Like, you make a decision to get on your grind. And as that happens, this is the story of the album, as that happens and you on your grind, you're seeing the best of the best, the worst of the worst. Like you going through the whole gamut of emotions of making that decision that this is what you're going to do to get the way you need to be. Now, you might be balling out of control. You might have beef. You might have women drama. You might have all that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's the story. And as it winds down, it's like, as you get to the end of the album, you realize that maybe this shit ain't the best way and there's other ways to go about accomplishing what I'm trying to accomplish. So by the end of the album, the last song is called Don't Go. So it's like the beginning of the album is personal and time. It's like, it's time to get on it. By the time you get to Don't Go, it's like I've seen how this transpires, and I gotta walk away from this shit and do something different, like because the last line I say is, "If it ain't for me here, then I won't stay." So the life that transpired throughout that album, you know, you come to realize maybe this ain't it. You feel me? And you transition to something different, and that's what I went into with it as personal. Like I just told that whole story from the beginning to end. Even as you know, the track list tell a story too.
Absolutely. Fire, by the way, man. Love that response and the direction in which you went about with the album. Stars in the Ceiling, brother. Definitely got to go into that. Arguably one of my favorite on the project.
That's one of mine too. Stars in the Ceiling. That's one of those songs where you actually go into your actual life experiences. You know, I'm saying like I'm blowing smoke over the Biggie Smalls poster. Like I'm actually sitting in my crib, like smoking, bagging up, like looking at the poster as I'm smoking. Like, yo, this shit is bugged out. Like, yo, what is niggas doing? Like, you feel me? It's hot outside. I gotta hit the block. Like, you feel me? And I don't know. I can't speak for nobody else, but sometimes you have those self-reflection moments in the moment while shit is happening. Like, so I wanted to paint that picture in Stars in the Ceiling. Like, it's like you actually take a moment to say, yo, I'm doing this shit, and it may be going well for me. Like, I'm doing my thing. Like, I might be balling. I'm doing the shit I need to do. You feel me? But it's bigger and better. But that's when you take a moment. That's a self-reflection song. Like,
yeah.
And that's drawn from actual experience, like shit like that actually happened. So it was easy to write, and it was easy to paint that picture, because those are like, it's bars in there where I've just thought it, like not like as a rhyme, but just sitting there thinking, like going places where these people treat you different. Like I just came off tour, like that was something that actually happened, like you know what I mean. So as I'm writing, I'm just thinking like, yo, all this shit is actually happening. Let me try to paint it in a way that the listener can see it. You know what I'm saying? Because I can rap all day, but I want you to see what I'm actually saying to you. And that's a song where I really tried to do that. So
it definitely was such a relatable song in a lot of ways. And I definitely have to ask, man, when you putting together a song like that, you know, how long does it take you to, like, I guess like the writing, or even just like the creative process behind it, so to speak? How long does it take you to even like make a song like that? Because it's so personal. Is there times where you ever just like, yo, man, I gotta like kind of step back, man, this shit getting too much for me, like let me take a day or let me take a couple hours or two to kind of like
Nah, the way I do music is like, once I get the beat and I know what I want to rap on, like I listen to the beat to let the beat tell me what to say or what direction to go in. When it gets to the actual writing process, 45 minutes. I might write a verse, go smoke, and then come back and write again, and then that's the song. Like I really don't put too much effort into it, because a lot of what I rap about is my life.
Right.
So I feel like artists as well. Like if you rapping about your life, you'll be able to rap forever as long as you're alive. Because this is your life. Like why? Like you'll never run out of material if you're talking about shit you go through. Like you know what I'm saying? So that's why it's easy for me, because I'm not trying to paint some abnormal shit. Like I'm not trying to use no vocabulary that I never had. No, this how I talk to my niggas. This how I rap, and I'm gonna talk about some shit that I went through. It's easy for me to write a verse in 30, 45 minutes if I'm talking about my life. Like you know what I'm saying? You want me to tell you about yesterday? I can write a verse about yesterday, nigga. This what happened. Like you know what I'm saying? Like so when I get into that bag, it's real easy. I get in the studio and write and record. So it's not like I write my verses and then come to the studio. No, everything is at the same time. So even with classic material, you play the beat, I'm gonna write my verse right then and there on the spot, and then record it. Like
again, fire, brother. Just the whole process, your whole creative process behind even how you approaching these records, brother.
Yeah.
Were you and Syer together, or was this like more like, yo, I'm sending you a pack and you just get, you know?
This was in formulation pretty much before classic material, right? Okay. So we having conversations, we talking about this, we talking about that. We work on classic material in person. Like this one we didn't do in person, but it was a conversation for so long. Like I said, even while I was doing my projects with Third, we was talking about this shit for so long. By the time it was actually for the music was already ready. Like, you feel me? I just had to lock in. And when I locked in, that shit was 7-8 days. Like in total, 7-8 days, maybe for like a week straight, maybe like the end of the year. And That shit went. I don't think I ever did a project like that. That shit went. It was like it came out of me. Like it's not something I focused on. I can't even really remember writing too many songs. Shit was just coming out like.
Wow.
Just sending it to him like 6, 7 o'clock. I sent him 3 joints. And then a day and a half later, another 3 joints. And a day and a half later, another. I'm like, yo, I don't know. These is in the phone, in the actual call. I don't know what's going on. Like they coming. Like you feel me? Send me another one. Like they coming out right now. It's like I can't stop now. Like that was like it was like a supernatural moment. Like this project, like because I didn't say I'm gonna do a project. I just start writing to the beats. Right. And that's what happened.
That's fire, brother. Again, congrats on the album.
Thank you, bro.
Again. Well, shit, I definitely want to jump into your tour life and how was that? Because I know you spoke about that and like the different experiences.
Yeah.
Before I let you get out of here, man, definitely tell us about how was that experience on being on tour with Conway?
Yo, that shit was crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like I performed in New York all my life, like you feel me, and I've done Stove Guard. We did Stove Guard, sold out on Sony, like, and then to go around the country and like with Conway, this shit is mind blowing. Like the crowds that come, and it's like every show I'm bodying everything, bro. I'm gonna keep it a band. Like it's very few. It's very few that get on that stage and do what I come to do. Like we bodying everything. So we trying to leave the shows undeniable, and the love is everywhere. Like in every city, everywhere we go, the love is everywhere. So when I perform, I give them the best I got. Like you feel me? I come off stage drained. Like I may not even be able to breathe. You might gotta carry me off that motherfucker. Like you feel me? I'm giving them everything I got. So I expect the love to be like that. But it's just overwhelming to see it all over the country the way it's been. Like, you feel me? Shout out to Def Soldier. Def Soldier been around. We've been doing a couple shows together too. Like, he see the same thing. Like, it's all over. Like, you feel me? And it's like, that's how I know this generation is coming to fucking destroy shit. Like, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? The whole country see it, man. They coming to see us wherever we be at. Like,
shout out to Def on tour. He on that Kiss the Ring tour around streets.
He on that Raindrops too, like on that his personal.
Absolutely. Well, another one of my favorite joints.
Yeah. Shout out to Def.
Shout out to Def, man. Oh shit. You know what I gotta get into?
What's up?
You and Red Inf and my nigga Breeze, man, Tanner.
Yeah.
How the fuck did that come about? First of all, big shout out to Red Inf, Queens shit. Yeah,
Queens.
Shout out to my nigga Breeze, man, Tanner. That's my guy. How did that come about?
It's funny, like that song, like I did that song first, and I'm listening to it, and me and Syer chopping it up, and I'm like, nah, we gotta get somebody on it, right? And it's like, Red Auto, like after we just did with classic material, my next project was not gonna drop without my guy Red Inf. Like Queens get the money.
Yes. You
feel me? Breeze, that's my nigga. Like I grew up with this nigga. Like I'm talking about my his mom's best friends, like niggas in the crib playing G.I. Joes. Like
get out of here.
That's my nigga. Like that's my nigga. So
wow,
you feel me? You know what I mean? He doing his thing. Like you feel me? And the time it was right. Like it's always like I always say I do music with my niggas. Like who I fuck with. So. When I was doing a project, like the timing was right. If we just did classic material, me and Breeze ain't really do no music together. Everything else niggas did. Right. Yo, let's do this shit right now. Like, you feel me? Like, it's time. So, and he came through and he bodied it. He smoked it. He did what he was supposed to do.
He bodied that shit.
Bodied it.
I remember before, because I had seen when you put the track list out, I wrote him and I was like, yo, you and Hundo and Red Inf and Syer, y'all didn't. He can attest to this shit. I'm like, yo, y'all didn't do that. Like y'all didn't make that happen.
We did that.
And he was like, yo, bro, it's happening. And he was telling me, he's like, yo, I can't wait for you to hear my verse.
He went crazy.
Yeah, that nigga smoked that shit.
He went crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I wrote the nigga yesterday,
and we got that. We that was one of those. That and Dope Man probably was 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Those probably the last joints. Like you know what I'm saying, like. But yeah, he came through on the clutcher and bodied it. Did what he was supposed to do. Like
wrote the nigga yesterday and told him, I'm like, yo, you violated. That's all that needs to be said.
That's all that needs to be said. Shout out to Breeze, man, Tanner. Shout out to Red Inf too. Red Inf went dumb.
All y'all niggas went dumb. Yeah,
niggas went crazy.
All y'all niggas went dumb.
You feel me? I ain't gonna lie. Like you feel me? We did what we were supposed to do. Like, and I appreciate that. Like, when I do a song with you, I expect you to go crazy like that. Like, don't get on there, because I'm gonna let niggas hear that shit, like, and they gonna tell me, or they not gonna tell you, but they gonna tell me. So I expect, if we do music together, I expect you to come with some shit, because I'm not, and they did what they were supposed to do, and I salute them. Shout out to my guys.
Shout out to everybody involved in this project, man, and big shout out to you, Hundo, for real. What would you say the message is in your music before I let you go, bro?
The message in my music is stay motivated. Like, grind till you get there. Grind till you get there. Fuck all the bullshit, the haters. The message is to stay motivated. Like, everything is gonna be in your way. Like, but if you're not motivated, if you're not trying to get up and get it, then my music is not for you. If you're not trying to do this shit till you the flyest, the best, and achieve your goals, my music is not for you. If you didn't come from the bottom, if you didn't come from the step over the bottom and try to make your way to the top, my music is not for you. Go kick it somewhere else and listen to that other shit. This is not for that.
There it is. I usually ask every guest for a gem, man, but Hundo said it all, brother. HHGTV, man, 100GrandRoyce is personal out right fucking now.
Right now. Go get that everywhere, yo. Make sure y'all follow me on all y'all social medias at 100GrandRoyce. And when y'all speak to me, 100GrandRoyce is one word. Do not put no spaces in between them. Get my name right and go stream. It's personal. It's one of the best projects to drop. And I stand on that 10 toes dizzle, you heard?
You already know. And when this shit go up on YouTube, I'm gonna remember not to space your fucking name,
Please don't.
brother.
Please don't. It sound like 100GrandRoyce. Nah, it's 100GrandRoyce. All hundos, you know the vibes.
Oh, shit. HHGTV, man.
Hip Hop Gems, man. Thank y'all for having me.
Man, thank you, brother.
Appreciate it.
We out of here, man.
All hundos.